Hey guys, New Tech Lifestyle here, back with some news. The UK now admits it's fully in a recession, and the reason for that is because of interest rate hikes and cost of living. People aren't spending as much. Credit cards are being maxed out. All those that kind of good stuff. The same thing that's happening in America is happening right over here, except we entered a recession first, and it's not just because they're going to use Russia or whatever. No, it's nothing to do with Russia or whatever. We did this to ourselves and also for if you think about how much money each country is sending to fund these operations, whether it be in the Middle East or in Europe, it's taken away from those that need it, those that could actually help benefit the economy. This is why they were giving, helicopter money out to people both in America as well as in the UK. Anyway, let me play you the video. Listen to this woman, what she's going to say. And this is from Sky News, by the way.
So Q4 minus 0.3%, worse than expectations. It means that the UK economy did enter recession towards the end of last year, but just double checking that there weren't any revisions to the Q3 data. That's when the economy shrank by 0.1%. Well, what does that mean? It means that we've met the technical definition of a recession. It means we've had 2 quarters in which the economy contracted. But I guess we talk about the technical definition of a recession. How does that radically change things for us? Well, it doesn't. It's important to point out that numbers like these, they're often at the margins, and there can be revisions. There have been revisions. You may remember the 2011 double dip revision, recession that was wiped out of the history books. I think instead of getting distracted by whether we're in a recession or not, I think there's no doubt that the economy has been stagnating.
And look at what she says here as well. They basically, she just admitted that they cooked the bloody books at the end of the day. They changed the narrative. They changed figures, etc., etc. Anyway, I'm going to carry on.
Over the past 2 years, since the Bank of England has been ratcheting up interest rates to cope with inflation, to help bring it down, we've been reporting quarterly GDP figures like minus 0.1%, 0%, 0.1%. These aren't inspiring figures. Just had news in that the Q3 data wasn't revised, so we are officially in recession. And we've seen the effects of all of this: falling living standards, rising mortgage costs, rising rents, people dipping into their savings. In many ways, it's not telling us more than what we already know. But nevertheless, it's deeply embarrassing for Rishi Sunak. Remember, he came in, his role was to steady the ship, to sort out the mess of his predecessor. His big sell was that he was going to sort out inflation and get the economy growing by the end of the year.
I mean, I think the key point, as you said, is it's not a steep recession yet, and obviously we hope it's short and sharp, but it is a recession, as obviously you're saying, 2 quarters in a row of negative growth. I always think it's funny when people then say, oh, well, that's the technical definition. What's the definition we all go by always? So it's been met. The interesting thing, Gurpreet, on this data is that actually the quarter we've just had is worse than expected. Yeah. Yes, we're still talking about margins here, but negative 0.3% growth starts to put you into the realm of disappointing for just a 3-month period when the expectation was for negative 0.1%. And I guess the key from here will be if things uptick quite quickly in the months that of course have followed at the start of this year.
Yeah, I think if there's some good news in this, is that this recession, it's probably going to be a shallow one. Most economists are expecting it to be a shallow one. The general trend is that inflation has been coming down. We could expect the Bank of England in the next few months to start cutting interest rates.
They say inflation has been coming down, but yet they've added shrinkflation. So what you're paying for is not the same as what you're getting. I went out and bought some fairy liquid the other day, and I was getting I think it's 350 for the same price. Now it's 270. So we have shrinkflation. So I don't care what she says. These people never ever tell the truth. Hence, I don't really listen to mainstream media. But the highlight from this is we have now entered into recession. They are now admitting it, and it's not entered. We've been in recession for a while, I think, and hence you have people now really looking at the dollar, the pound, the yen, the shilling, or whatever you want to call it, whatever currency you're using, and they're going hell for leather. Those that are aware and those that are awake in this market for digital assets, because they see technology being the way forward, and it will be the way forward and get us out of this situation, because you can tokenize debt. The planet lives on debt as it is, so you tokenize it properly, using the correct technologies, etc. Whether it be XRP, XLM, HBAR, all those different technologies are the BIS on all those entities, the IMF, etc., talking about we can get out of this. But the thing is, what they want to do is drag us into a war, which I don't think is conducive at all. I think it's a wrong move. We can do this quite simply peacefully, but unfortunately, the USA wants to hang on to its hegemony because it's got all these bases all over the world. The oil is still traded in the US dollar, and they're trying to fight that. It may not be that the US dollar still is the same as the US dollar today, the paper printed one. It may happen that it's still printed, but it may be then that you have better governance, because they're just printing and printing and printing, and this Ponzi scheme is breaking. So little by little, it's breaking, and you're seeing countries getting into gold, silver, uranium, gas and oil as well, and technologies, AI, are all going to be the forefront. And those people who are not learning about these technologies, who are sitting on their asses, or playing with their phones, watching TikTok, Instagram, or whatever you want to watch, Facebook, Twitter is, yes, the town hall where people get their information from mostly, but the TikToks and all that kind of stuff are for entertainment. Yes, you can use them to make business money and all that kind of stuff, and some of it can be informative, don't get me wrong, but it's finding that through all that menace of content that's out there, and we are filled with it. So with that said, guys, I hope you do like this video. I hope you like and subscribe, and watch what's going on. Yeah, don't sit on your laurels. Don't waste time when it comes to this market. Digital assets are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. Yeah, they are going to be what transforms our world, whether it be now or later. It's gonna happen, and regulations are coming to the forefront. Anyway, guys, you take care of yourself. Have a great day. Now you're going to hear from another liar. These people just lie through their teeth here, and they lie about their figures. They cook the books, they paint a narrative that makes you think that everything's all right, but it's not. We saw with Evergrande what happened there. Their real estate bubble has happened. So anyway, let me play you this video.
We always expected that growth would be weaker while we were tackling high inflation. That means that interest rates are going to be higher. That's the right thing to do, because high inflation is a massive pressure on family budgets. It means the cost of the weekly shop is much higher than it would otherwise have been. But it also makes it possible for businesses to grow sustainably. So the primary objective is to bring down inflation. And actually, if you look at the underlying data in the economy, we are succeeding in doing that much faster than many people predicted. It's fallen from 11% to 4%. Many people thought it wouldn't hit the Bank of England's 2% target.
In fact, it was 17%, so he lied.
Target for a year. It now looks like it might do that in the next few months. And when that happens, you can start to bring down interest rates and start to get the much healthier growth that we all want.
Living standards, they still haven't returned to their pre-pandemic levels. This is the stuff that people really care about. Wages still aren't back to where they were in real terms before the financial crisis. Are you proud of how the Conservatives, not just your government, have handled the economy?
Well, if you look at what's happened since 2010, the economy has grown faster than France, Germany, Italy, Japan, many other similar countries. We've actually
Not
created...
the US,
no, the US has grown faster, and I do believe that in the long run, lower taxed economies tend to grow faster, which is why I started to bring down taxes in the autumn statement. And since then, we've also created 800 jobs for every single day that we've been in office.
Look, the US lied about its job creation figures. He's lied about job creation figures. Secondly, bringing down tax only benefits the rich. It does not benefit the poor. It puts pocket change in the poor man's pocket, and millions upon or thousands upon thousands or millions into the rich man's pocket. So with that said, I am not going to listen to any more of his crap. I'm sick and tired of these people lying to us, and I'm going to leave it there.